Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me again, and this is Strange. It's good to see everyone here on the stream. It's nice to see everyone on here. You guys might see that I've got the chat thing on here. I might take that off. But I'm with my iPad. I've got my overhead camera up here, and I'm going to do some hand lettering for you today. I'm in my office at the minute, in my new one at home, and I'm just going to do some hand lettering and talk and stuff like that because I haven't done a live in ages. How's everyone doing? It's crazy, there's so many people here watching. Thank you all for coming in and watching this. This is something that I've been working on today. As you can see, there's a bit of delay on the iPad, but I wanted to give you a good little look at what's going on. And here's my wife in the chat, probably using the internet, but it's all good. But it's so good to see everyone. I'm just going to be doing some hand lettering and talking with you today and basically teaching you and showing you through teaching what I do. How does that sound? I think that sounds pretty decent. We've got the chat thing in here. I don't know if I want it. The chat kind of annoys me. But I can't really edit it. Oh no, here we go. I can make it bigger for you guys and put it down here. If this annoys you, just let me know. We're just chilling out today. We're not doing anything too difficult. So good to see everyone. So I'm going to just do some hand lettering. I'm literally doing some ideas on here for different projects that I'm working on. Some of them are client work projects. And we're in Procreate as well because I like Procreate a lot. It is the app of choice that I go to a lot of the time. So I've got my grid out, and this is like Procreate 4.1 or something. And I'm going to take some questions every now and then as well. So don't feel like you have to be quiet. Chat away. I've also got super chat in there if you want to support the channel, and if you become a member as well. Oh guys, just remembered today I made sure that we've got like member stuff. So if you don't know, basically being a member gives you perks on this channel. So you get like emojis in the live chat, and you also get like free things from me and a subscriber logo critique or a members exclusive logo critique where I really dive deep into your logo or designs that you've got. So check that out. It's a little join button down below if you wanted to check that out. But Beth Shapiro has just subscribed, which is cool. I like that. I've got this whole Streamlabs thing going on. Awesome. So I'm just going to start sketching away different things that I want to sketch basically today. So I might go quiet every now and then, so don't freak out if I go quiet. I'm going to write out a little quote that has been on my mind, and I've done it before, but this is just the idea stage. And if you can't tell, my voice sucks because of the hay fever and asthma today. Could be the day. I don't know if I like that or not. But because I'm starting this from scratch, I wanted to let everyone know what doing a project like this involves, you know? It's part of the, you can see my inhaler in the screen. I'll just put it up there. Today could. This is literally just a really rough version of what I'm going to be doing. This is like just coming up with an idea. Today could be the day. So we could do something like that. Maybe. And if you guys are lucky enough, I might give you a little insight into what the new website's going to look like for like different products that I'm selling and digital resources. So that's one idea. I'm not too sure if I like that, so I'll just put that up here. Great thing about digital drawing, just move everything. Hay fever, it's killing me. No, I think you have to pay $4.99 or $5, whatever, to become a member. But I'm making sure it's worth it. So if you look at the members thing, you can see some of the perks there, but I'm adding more as we go along. I've even got some like little Photoshop and Illustrator icons in there for you, so, and emojis that you can use. So it's pretty cool, right? There's a lot of different things you can do. How do you avoid backache? I don't. I have it all the time, especially when I'm working. Let me just look at my other work that I've done to get inspiration on here. I've done quite a bit. As you can sort of see, this is all like my work that I have either finished or not finished. So let's do this. I want to do something quite simple at first because I've done some lettering all day today for a client and I don't mind doing that. So we could do like, so what if we like, oh, here's a cool little thing. I've got these grid builder things from Stefan and Ian Barnard, and you can like basically set up a grid really easily of what you want to do. I've got some coming to mine, kind of similar to my website soon, but these are really good for like composition. Let's have a look. Hello, I keep thinking I have to drag it out. Create a new layer. So I'm literally lettering anything random. This is what I like to do in my free time, believe it or not. I like to letter random things. What we'll do is we'll take this first one, just flip it, bring it down. I kind of like this arc here too. Something like that maybe as a composition might look cool, but bring that down. We can add a little thing inside. I've exceeded the amount of layers I've got here. Let's get rid of them lot. I'll take some questions as I'm doing this to make it easier for everyone. What software platform are you using to stream with all the fancy stuff, by the way? Have to hire someday to redesign my logo. I'm using something called Streamlabs and OBS, so it's a bit different than it was before. Simply, I've got 2 cameras and everything else, so I'm doing this to make it easier for you guys to see what I'm doing, and I've just got everything hooked up, and this is like my new office that you see most of my videos in, you know? So, for a graphic designer, do you recommend a 12-inch iPad Pro or the 10-inch? I always recommend the one that's biggest. We'll say hi to Pete. Hey, Pete. Is that Peter Heslop? I'm not too sure. I'm not looking at the chat the whole time. Do you stream on Twitch as well? I do not. I don't need to stream on Twitch. I would do, but like, because I'm already on YouTube, there's no point in really streaming. And also, if you haven't seen, if you are not subscribed to this channel, make sure you subscribe to it. But also, I've got a subscriber goal down at the bottom right off your screen because I want to get to 300,000 so quickly, man. Can you link the grid shapes pack? Yeah, sure. Let's go find it. Hang on. Ian Barnard. Let's find him. He has got a lot. I'll just get it up for you guys now. So I'll link it in the chat for you. Here you go. I said hello to Pete. That's where you can get the grid builders from, and they're very clever. I'll be getting some to my channel or my website hopefully very soon. Not just copying this one, but you know, doing different with it. So I'm gonna just literally, I like the composition of that, and sometimes I just like create a good composition that I can like work with easily. So I can just say, I want to work in this composition, what can I write into it? And this is just a different way of working. It's kind of like not having any direction, but just having a nice sort of like composition there. And I've just merged them all together and bringing them in. like so. And I'm going to get my grid up because I don't like this drawing guide. And this is the new Procreate update. I'm not used to drawing a landscape either. So the way that I do this is I get my gel pen out, get onto a new layer, and I start basically working some like letters in, or a quote in, if that's what you want to call it. In fact, I'll just get my airbrushing out. That'll do. So I'll try and fit it into the kind of the one that I want it to do. So today, this is going to look terrible at first, but trust me, this is like the way that I've always kind of like done it. Because you're just marking everything where you want it to be and getting the kind of style. They could, and you'll see this like slowly evolve over time. So they could what do I want to get? I want to do something like really encouraging to people. I think that would be the coolest thing. Is iPad necessary? No, you can use it on a Cintiq or whatever. They've got these brushes that they've got, like basically these grid builder tool things here. They've got like them on the website for Photoshop and Illustrator and stuff as well. Any info of your logo classes? Yeah, I keep getting asked about my logo classes. It's a I want to do one, but the thing is we've got to find time to do it. So we're actually in the works of doing it. So don't worry, we're getting the class out to you guys as soon as possible. Someone says starting college for graphic design, any advice? Yeah, I would suggest basically getting your head down and not just doing the work there, but also get some client work as well. Don't be afraid to go out and get some client work. It's important that you don't just like do the college work, but you get experience as well. Today could, I want to say today could create something in you or something. Oh, that's a good one. Today could create something in you. And like, oh no, yeah. So this is literally what I like to do. So create. And I'm just seeing how this works and how it flows. As you can see, it looks terrible right now, but that's okay. We're seeing if it lines up. Create. And then you could be like, you know, something. Doesn't matter if I go out slightly, I can just fix that later. Steal that. Do like a little flourish or something maybe in there. And with the S, you could like make it bigger so it's balanced on either side. But this is how I spend most of my day, if you've never wondered or never seen. I spend most of my day doing videos and this as well. So I'm always creating new compositions and stuff like that. Could create something. We could do like, you know, some dots in, make this thicker. So this is nothing like spectacular, but we're going to make it look cool. Today could create something in you. And we could even like, you know, do some lowercase there. And the cool thing about doing something like this is that when you've got this composition, you can save that for later or whatever. But I like the look of this. Today could create something in you. And like, and that's like a bit of a different, you don't have to go too deep into this, but basically instead of us creating something for like a day, the day could create something for us, you know. A degree is not necessary. Will is self-taught and doing very well. That is true. Being self-taught and having a degree isn't like, you know, you don't need to have a degree, but it does help in some areas. But also being self-taught has its perks as well. Just the same, it's just a different road and a different path that you can go along, you know. You've got to really work hard for it. That's true. How do you think about palette gear, physical buttons for Adobe? I think it would be cool. Having physical buttons would be a different workflow and experience. Hey, well, I've been following you since a long time. Are you still playing Minecraft? No, I'm not. You must have been following me for such a long time, man. That's crazy. That is crazy. Man, that must have been ages ago. That's crazy, man. Okay, we're going to get on to finalizing this, basically. So we just bring the layer down. It's like using tracing paper, basically, but you're just bringing the layer down and doing everything like that. Man, that's crazy. You were watching my Minecraft videos back in the day. I'm going to start off fairly simple here. That brush is way too big, too thick even. There we go. So I've just noticed something here. So that needs to be kind of in the center of here. So that's why I love like digital drawing. It's so much easier, but you're still doing the same thing. It's just like you can manipulate things you could never manipulate before. It's crazy. But guys, if you want to support the channel, become a member. It's crazy. Press that little join thing, and if you're on iOS or on your phone, there's a little link in the description. Just check the link out, and it'll tell you all of the perks, if you've ever gotten a perk. And if you don't see it, let me know as well. That would be a decent too, if you don't see it. Is the app vector-based? What's this? No, Procreate isn't, but Affinity Designer on iPad is vector-based, and I was using that for a video. And I've got it on my Mac now as well. Still way too big. There we go. But having the Affinity Designer on your iPad means that you can literally do logos on an iPad. It's crazy. Because it's got really good vector capabilities, you can actually use a pen tool, which is an absolute godsend for people like me if their laptops break or having another way of doing it. So we're just going rough right now. Remember with the O's, whenever you're doing these, you've got to overshoot slightly. And that overshoot is here, so it goes slightly above, just to give that illusion. Pat Willison, who says this app is called Procreate. Procreate. It looks different because it's white, but that's because I've changed it. The app name is Procreate. It sounds weird, but yeah. If it's vector, can you import it into Illustrator? This isn't vector, but on Affinity Designer, yeah, you can import it into Illustrator. And you can import Illustrator files into there as well. This is a multitasking test, no pressure. Yeah, it's difficult because like normally when I'm doing like Adobe Live, whatever, I've got like people who can like ask me questions whilst I'm streaming, so like, or whilst I'm working, but I have to constantly like look up and stuff like that. So I'll miss you guys sometimes when you're asking questions. But if you've got like a question that I'm not looking at, use super chat or something, just like the $1 super chat. It goes straight back to the channel, allowing me to do more of these live streams and stuff like that, to give it some sort of like incentive, if that makes sense. Again, I'm working, so it's difficult to make sense. Like, I've been looking at a lot of Fortnite streamers because I watch Fortnite a lot and play Fortnite as well. And I just don't know how they do it. How do they talk whilst playing Fortnite? I'm just like a one-focus guy. So whenever I'm doing something, I have to be doing that, you know? Do you like Google? Yeah, it's all right. Pixelmator for iPad is really cool, to be honest. Oh, cool. That's decent. I think we've got a super chat. Oh, no way. We did get a super chat. And it's all the way down there. So I'm going to move the chat up here somewhere different. You think firms prefer degree or freelance portfolio? So Ricardo, that's different. It really depends on what they're looking for. For instance, if you go freelance, a lot of people think that you have to get the work yourself, but that's not true. Like, for instance, there's agents out there who will like basically take a percentage of a client commission, and they'll promote you to other companies, and that's how you get to work with people like Nike and Adidas and like a lot of other like high-level clients, is through an agency, you know. But when it comes to like, you know, working in a firm, they probably will ask that you have the university level. But if you're so in the scene of design that you've got a portfolio that proves it, and you've got other things that prove it, for like, you know, for me, it's like YouTube and other things like that, then they're going to see that as a, you know, as the proof of what you know what to do. So I think it's different. Like, your portfolio should be there. It should come hand in hand with everything. So like, as well as with your uni work, portfolio work has to come hand in hand with that. I hope if that helps you understand it. Do I ever use Astropad? I do use Astropad. I have it on my iPad. It's a great app. I'm trying to make my lettering brushes, because if you guys don't know, I've got a new website coming. I might show you it on the on here at some point, but I've got a new website coming for like design resources, so for like logo design handbooks and stuff like that. We've got a lot of exciting stuff happening, because Naomi works for me full time now, so we work together on stuff like that. So it's really cool. But Ricardo, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much. I thought about getting Ashpad, but sadly I already purchased a Wacom tablet for a ton of money. Yeah, it's the same thing. Have you done a video on the benefits of LinkedIn to find work? No, because I don't find work on LinkedIn. I never use it really. Maybe I should, but I don't personally use it. After a certain amount of time of me working, I just don't ever feel like I've got LinkedIn, but I don't use it. So like, people are always inviting me to connect or something, and I have no idea why, because I don't ever use it, you know? Do you want to play sometimes? You've got 600 wins. What? You've got 600 wins, man. That's crazy. You should like make videos or something on you winning on Fortnite. Because I really like, I'm not that great at it. But I think I am all right here, but I'm not the best, if that makes sense. Like, all right. I don't know why I'm colouring this in with the pencil. But this looks crap right now, but we're going to move on, because we're going to refine it later. So you can see the bad writing underneath, and that's just like a placeholder. So I work in like layers and stuff like that, and this looks kind of weird, so we need to make sure that this falls off correctly. And also, anyone in London, I'm not using this like live stream just to announce stuff, but if there's anyone in London, we are literally coming down to do workshops there. We're doing a logo design one and a hand lettering one, I believe, if I can remember correctly from what Naomi told me. So we're organising UK workshops and ones in different countries. so we can like meet you guys. We had some in America and it was awesome. We met a load of you guys. And then we went to Off Conference in Barcelona and it was so fun as well. In fact, I'm just going to use this. Use the acrylic brush to colour it in. I like to colour it in as I go now, so I can like see the weight and the balance properly. But I don't like to fill it, like, you know, make it better, if that makes sense. For stuff like this O, because the style is going to change, we're going to actually do this to the O and the D, because the style is different to what you guys may be thinking it is. It's kind of like a copper plate I'm going for here. So, for instance, we're giving it like a slight serif feeling, but like only very slight. I like doing these sort of things here. It's way too much. Oh man, I'm missing out on this chat. Whoa, he's live. Hey, hey. David Pruitt is in the chat. He's a member and a moderator. So like you can actually see David Pruitt's like little, he's got the wand symbol next to his name, and that is literally a new member. So when you become a member, you get that little symbol there. You get all my live streams that are members only. You get a lot of members only content as well. So become a member if you want that. It's cool. Or don't. I don't mind. I'm not going anywhere. Still be here for you guys. So it'd be cool. And should I go to design college? Can I get the same from learning online? Yeah, I think it depends on where you want to go. So for me, college did not suit me, so I didn't want to go. And I couldn't go. I failed school, basically. But I'm better at teaching myself. So I taught myself guitar, basically, with the help of like tutorials and people. But most of the legwork was me learning guitar. The same with drawing, same with learning softwares, you know. Most of it, the legwork was me just spending time and experimenting, you know. I have to go through these now to make them nice. This is like refining it. David Pruitt sent a $10 super chat. Thank you so much. What did he say through this? He didn't say anything. Thank you so much, Dave. David's a legend. Like, he literally, I think, is one of my favorite people online. So encouraging. But also, he came, like, when I was in America in January, David came to one of my workshops. And hang on, just move this here. And he came, I think he drove, like, 10 hours or something from Texas. So that was crazy. Thank you so much, David. What's the biggest project you've had to work on so far? I'm not too sure. Oh, the emoticons. Oh, the emoticons. How do we do it again? Let me just find out. Here we go. We're going to find out. It's on here somewhere on my YouTube thing. They made it really confusing. Okay, so David, if you type in things such as this. So the way that I did that was I typed in, this is, I don't think I can actually type it in. Oh man, this is annoying. Will. Okay, so type in this to your chat, David, and then you will see like a bunch of like emoticons that you can use. So like there's the pen tool there that I put in for you guys. And I did all this today, and I was like, you know, if I'm going to live stream, I'm going to put all these cool things up. But there's no pressure for anyone. I just enjoy doing the live streams, man. But if you do want to be part of or be a member, it means that you get like logo critiques and stuff on this members only live stream, so you can chat with me and stuff. It's just a way of like supporting the channel, but also having a bit of fun and allowing me to do extra things and make it fair for anyone who does want it. If that makes sense, it's hard to explain. Especially when I'm drawing. In the chat, where's your Your logo is at normal. Oh. So you can only do it if you're a member. So here's some of the other emoticons. So like, let me just see it. There's another one. It's crazy. There's a lot. The real Peter. Will, I'm not a member, sorry. But only members can use that. Yeah, unfortunately, only members can use that. I'm just trying to show everyone, people were wondering what they looked like and stuff. I'm not too sure how you guys can see what they look like. I think there's like information, but yeah, maybe they'll give you guys like an option to like lower the amount on membership. I think it is quite a lot, but it's cool. We'll show that message. I might check out your Instagram later on. I'm just going to carry on drawing now. Otherwise, we'll be here literally all night. But I will check it out. Can you guys see me with my hat? Like when I come down? I like this setup, but before I wanted to live stream again, I wanted to make sure I had this camera here so you could see like everything that's going. Do you use regular brush or do you purchase them online? I literally make my own. Yeah, so the more members you get, the more emojis and emoticons you get. It's cool, right? Although I don't understand why they do that. But if I get like a few members, people, like you get more, so I'll be able to upload more cool designs. Like in each badge, if you get like a member's badge, it like updates every month. What do you think about my logo? Be straight. I have like 8 members, so I know how it works. Oh man, I need some more members. But the thing is, like, I'm just happy that people are watching, you know. What screen picture do I use? I use something called Paper-like. They sent me across. I need to do a video for them, really, because they did ask for a video. I've just forgotten. Talking about how it works and the cool thing. It's like a matte screen protector, but it feels, I don't know if you can hear it, but it feels just like a piece of paper, really, or more like it. It feels paper-like. Is it possible to colour an entire letter in one shot once you've done the outline? Yeah, but you have to use like a different pen. So like if I wanted to, I could like, so if I wanted to, I could like do this. And then bring that colour in and it will colour it all in like so. And you can do that for any shape in Procreate. So you can bring it in and do that. But the problem is I like mine to have a little bit of like sketchy texture to it. So this is just the bog standard letters, but we're gonna like do the composition, make it look good, and then do something else. Does it lose resolution? What, when I'm doing this? Yeah, well, it's not vector, so it probably will lose a resolution, but it's very high. It's like 600 DPI on my iPad. That's what I'm drawing with. Ricardo, do you go to AIGA? It must, it's a must for great networking. I haven't been to that. I don't even know what that is, Ricardo. But it sounds interesting, though. But thank you so much for the super chat again. But I've never been, no. Like, it sounds interesting, though. But the thing is, like, networking for me is kind of different. I network at, like, conferences and stuff if I go, or if I'm invited. But I have been offered networking things before, like, you know, go for, like, breakfast at this hotel or whatever every few months or every other week. And you can network with other people. Is one of the cardinal sins of lettering. But it's fine. be surprised. This is why hand lettering on an iPad or any sort of illustration digitally is good. Move this. I know this isn't right, but it's okay. We're just making sure the tracking and everything's working correctly. Do this. Make sure the lines are as consistent as possible. What's going on, guys? It's me, Will Paterson. People taking the mic. What are the best apps for an artist? Procreate is one of them. Affinity, Designer on iPad. There's so many on the iPad. Don't just stick to one that I've got. You know, there's a lot on the iPad. I don't know about anything else. I haven't got a Microsoft Surface, so I can't really tell you much about other ones like that. But I know that the iPad Pro is like a lifesaver for a lot of people, and I do not regret 1 minute getting it. But it depends on what like industry you're in. I guess if you're a designer, you might want one if you have the budget. But are you more of a graphic designer that needs Photoshop and Illustrator rather than, you know, an illustrative drawing app? One that isn't that powerful, but one that does the job really well. I don't go to AIGA. I don't even know what it is, but yeah. Have you ever used the Adobe Pen? Yes, I've got the Adobe Ink and Slide. I got that before the Apple Pencil was even announced, and it was okay. I gave up on it because it didn't really work that great compared to the Apple Pencil. So I'm glad Apple brought this out. It was like probably one of the best things they've ever brought out, accessory-wise. It shouldn't be an accessory, I don't think, because it's so like perfect for creators. And I can't wait to see what they bring out in the next iPad Pro, because there's another one coming out. I think it's going to look like, you know, the iPhone 10, like, or similar, because that's the sort of trend they're going on. Cool, so there's one of them. That's that done. This next one, we're going to like just get a new layer up, and we'll use a different brush just to kind of illustrate where we want to go with this. I've got it in the circle just so I could like maybe do, I don't know though. We may have to come back to that, but something that you can do is a little trick. Instead of doing anything different with that, you can just like edit it a bit, so you can like thicken it up if you want to. It's where calligraphy and lettering come hand in hand. It's doing small things like that, getting the baseline through calligraphy. In the composition, the D next to it. I love that pen. Oh, thank you. Thank you everyone for watching. This is so cool. If you like the video, then subscribe and all that stuff. Make sure you don't miss out. I find that Ink and Slide does not always work properly, but I got it for $20 on Amazon. Yeah, I got mine for £150. That was crazy when it first came out. So if it's $20 now, it's an absolute bargain. Yeah, this brush that I just used will be available at some point for you guys. I just need to get it, like the website sorted and all that. It's like a chalk brush, but like a fancy one. That's what I wanted it to be like anyway, with the texture and everything. Even though I'm decimating the texture right now because it's not what I want. I have a 10.5. I'm wondering if I should sell for a bigger one, if it makes that much of a difference. Well, I think if you just wait, Justin, at the minute, you don't need one. Wait until the next one comes out and then sell your old one. That's what I'm doing anyway. Selling this one when the new one comes out. Just because it's going to have so many new features. They haven't updated it the iPad properly since, like, you know, it came out. All they've done is like updated little bits in it. There's been nothing brand new. So this year is like going to be the year that they change the iPad, I reckon. Pounds, man, pounds. What's the best iPad Pro cover to get? Hugo, hey, what's up, Hugo? It's great to see you here. AIGA is a US association for graphic artists. All right, cool. Did not know that. I'm not from the US, so I'm from the UK. So I wouldn't know that. But yeah, David Pruitt, 10.5 is still great. I remember seeing it when we were doing the workshop. It still works great. It depends on what you're looking for. Like with me, I've never tried the 10.5 properly, but I'm just assuming for myself that I probably would like the 12.9 because I don't take mine out with me very often. Mine's sort of like the Cintiq that I constantly use. But if you're looking to travel light, then get the 10. But it doesn't really make that much of a difference. It really does just depend on what you want. If I bought your pen, would that make me good at hand lettering? No, probably not. It's like I can use any tool to make something nice, I guess, because it's not about the tool. The tool helps. So this brush helps. But it's all about how you know, like, it's like if you get a sword, you're not going to be good at fighting. It's the skill behind it. It's the person behind the pen and the amount of time you spent behind the pen. If that makes sense at all. So this is looking kind of strange right now because it's not like, I don't even like that, so I'm going to get rid of that. I do this a lot as well, by the way. I'm going to use another brush. Maybe this one. This is like my Crayola one. Again, it's another one that is not available yet because I haven't like been working on them all the time. It's just whenever I want another brush, I'll make one, then I'll be like, oh, I'll make that available later. No, sack it. What I'll do is just do a normal L. No, I can't do a normal L. This is annoying me now. Yeah. The tool doesn't make the artist good. It's the artist that makes the tools good. Yeah, that's right. Unless the artist is a tool. Yeah, I could be a tool. Depends on how you feel about me. Okay, we're going to keep it like that for now because I think we'll change that later. I'm just using this as like a little baseline sketch, really, because I might change it, but it's just difficult to know what I want to do. And we'll move on to this part here where we'll do like one of my cool like writings that I like to do, which is kind of like serify, hobo-y, if that makes sense. Again, we're just overshooting slightly. This one's going to be very ornamental. Is there anyone else following the KSI and Logan Paul fight? My wife's telling me off for talking about it. I know it's trash, but I wanted to know. Cheers, David. Thank you very much for your nice words. Hey, Will, I'm a big fan. Love you. Question: as a starter, did you ever fail so bad that you wanted to quit? Yeah, I still do that now. Will the live stream be available to watch later? It definitely will be. It definitely will be available to watch later. But I don't know. I just like... Sometimes I do watch trash on YouTube. So I'm creating like this weird old school Victorian type here. It'll look cool when it's done, trust me. Looks a bit strange right now, but that's okay. So again, it's really rough, but we'll edit it later. But the main thing is when you're starting out, I'll just back to that question of the guy or girl, whoever said that they, you know, sometimes if they fail, do they ever feel like they want to quit? It's important not to quit. You just got to keep going for it. Don't be too discouraged. You've got to have like reasonable expectations of yourself and what you can do. Every time you fail at something, it's just learning. It's like a learning lesson. It's not a bad thing to fail sometimes. They have stupid drama thing going on. Yeah, I know. Kind of off topic, but do you like Shane Dawson? Yeah, he's a bit creepy. That's all I'll say. I used to watch him a lot when I was like about 4 years ago. Not even that, like 3 years ago. I used to watch him quite a bit. That's because he had like that film. But yeah, he's a bit creepy. Life's all about learning from your mistakes, it's true. And learning from your mistakes is a thing that you'll get used to in the design industry. Especially if you're freelance. You've got to be not afraid to make any mistakes. What are some good font styles one should study in order to know how to make hand-drawn letters? Any. So like any classic fonts. Times New Roman. Start with that. And then brush script. All those crap ones. It's all about learning the way the designer or the guy created the font, you know. Ooh, something goes terribly wrong down here. Let's fix this. And again, it's just practice. So like if you see a font you like, basically dissect it. Just draw it again, work out how they did it, why it was like that, research into them. Best books for fonts, I'm not too sure. I don't even have that many books that are like probably the best for fonts or anything like that. Any tips on how I can think of a business name? Yeah, just use your own name. You don't need to make your own business. Like I used to be called something else, but now I'm just Will Paterson, you know. Lost Logos is a good book. It is. It's got a lot of logo types in there. And they've got many different iterations of the book. The newer one just came out a few months ago, I think, just before Christmas. It's a nice book. Okay, we'll move on to the R for now. Actually, no, I keep seeing little mistakes in the C that I just want to edit. Let me do something like this. This is where it gets difficult. Trying to make it work in a shape. Like, lettering, like the composition is literally just taking letters and shoving them into a shape, making them balanced and symmetrical. It's very therapeutic if you get it correct. And if you're relaxed. Hence why I'm not like doing anything crazy for my first live stream. I remember I used to like do logo critiques and stuff, and that was crazy. I mean, I enjoyed it, but it was still quite difficult. And another way that you can like learn more type styles is do what like me and Stefan did. So on my Instagram, we've got like, you know, 16 versions of the letter B. So like we do it in as many versions as possible, and we challenge ourselves to make it really good, basically, or to make it better every time, to create something good. And we can have it as like a little catalog. I really wanted to like create a poster series or something with that. I think that would have been awesome. My worst part of this is doing the R. That's so annoying. Because it never looks right in my eyes. But these are just rough sketches for now. Because with this, we can like do a lot in the middle of it as well to see what it's like. Hey, I found your channel a few days ago, but I already learned a lot. So thank you for that, and keep producing great content. No worries, bro. No worries. I shall. Peter Hestop is in on the channel. No, and also it has the same last name like Andy the movie, Shawshank Redemption. I'm just having a look through the chat. There's a lot of you here. It's nice to see everyone here on the chat doing well. Oh, did you guys see that? I think I just ruined the thing. Anyone from Iceland? I went there. Iceland was fun. We did that massive like lettering project. Peter, what is this? What do you mean, what is this? This is a live stream. This is what it looks like so far. It looks really bad right now, but we're going to come back to the could if we finish this in this live stream. Hey, I'm from South Africa. Absolutely love your channel. Good to see you. Thank you so much for popping in. It's good to see so many people here. Chilling out whilst I'm lettering. Could be like ASMR or something. So just edit these bits out. Wrong brush. Where did you get your hat? You wear a lot on in your videos. Yeah, I'll get them from asos.com. You use a lot of Christian and Bible quotes for your lettering. How so? Just something cool to letter. It's like the Bible's got so many cool quotes in it, verses that speak to me personally, so I just write about them. I like to put it down there. It's something that I love to do. You should do this more, Will. Really love the live streams. So chill and beautiful creations too. Thank you so much. That means the world to me. Thank you. Hello. I'm still getting used to live streaming. Live streaming is crazy. I mean, a lot of people don't come to them because I've got such a varied audience. So like a lot of them want logoed critiques and stuff like that, which is cool. But I genuinely enjoy doing lettering more sometimes. Especially when I'm in the lettering mood. It's a lot more freeing. He respectfully is very open about it, I suppose. Obviously not a lot of people put that much in their work. Yeah, I'm just very open about my faith. Like, it's got, like, the idea of me putting Bible verses in my work is like, I'm just basically responding to my faith, which is like, I believe in these things, and, you know, I believe in that as much as I believe in this quote, you know, today could be the day that changes you, or, you know, create something for you. I believe it all. It's not about like putting other people down or preaching at them. It's just me showing what I want to show. If that makes sense. I don't know if that even makes sense. I've forgotten how the bit of the E up here goes. How's I going to do that? I'll just do it like that for now. You can always come back to it. I think, yeah. Yeah, there we go. Are you Catholic? Thanks for answering. I'm not Catholic, no, I'm just Christian. Bro, I still need to, where was that? Where's David gone? There he is. Bro, I still need to get with you sometime to do a collab. Is that for me? I'll do a collab with you. Will, besides using a website, is there any way to make usable fonts for you or client? Well, it depends. You mean like hand lettering or, you know, actual font creation? Because I use an app called Glyphs to make fonts. There's one called Glyphs Mini, which is like £30, $30 or something. And there's Glyphs, which is the full version, which you probably don't need unless you're like someone who makes a living off of fonts and you want to do more, have more creative control and stuff. And that's like £200. So it's a big jump. But you can do most of things in Glyphs Mini. But he isn't the only one. You should check out Stefan Koons. Yeah, he's a legend. He does Bible verses a lot as well. He collaborated with Will Paterson as well in Iceland. Yeah, and like Ian Barnard as well. There's a huge like Christian community in the hand lettering community, which is crazy. And I don't know why. There's a lot of Muslims as well. They do a lot in the Quran, which I think is cool. People are just, you know, bringing out their faith into different parts on social media in creative ways, and I have no issue with that. I don't think anyone should, unless what you're saying is hateful. That's a different thing. If what you're saying is hateful, then you shouldn't be on social media, let alone drawing something, you know. Hi, I'm from Brazil. I'm a fan of you. Hey, what's going on, dude? Good to see you. Naomi's getting more attention than me, which I like. I like this. Naomi should tell everyone how they are, like how work's going for you right now, because you must be loving life. Hey Andrea, thanks for subscribing to the channel. In fact, for this one, we're going to go like this. Create a different A. Do like a backwards U here. This is awesome. Yeah, it is. Hey, Mario Matt. Good to see you. I remember you from one of the last live streams that I did. And guys, just a little plug. If you wanted to, you can super chat and you can also become a member. It's got that weird thing. So do you remember where it had the sponsor thing going on in under people's YouTube channels? Well, now they've got this thing where it's called join and you become a member. And it's basically the same as like Twitch, where you sub people and support the channel, but you get a lot more perks with it. And the perks that I've got are pretty decent. So make sure you check them out because I spend quite a lot of time doing the icons for them. There's like illustrated symbols and tools and stuff like, and you get them on your chat as well. And you can do stuff like this with the emoji. So you can be like, if I can actually do it correctly, hashtag dyslexia and all that. Let's find it. You can do like stuff like this. I know there's a bit of a delay of the stream, but you can do stuff like that and it looks really cool for the chat. And those are like my little emojis. I was proper proud of them today. I've got the illustrated brush and everything in there. And they all change over time. And plus I think like the perk is that when my new online store comes out, you get all of it for free. So all the resources as well. I think there's something else. Another perk. I don't know why YouTube have only just started doing this, and I don't know why they keep changing the name of it. Now it's becoming a member. But you could also... what's the other perks? There is another one. I'm just having a look now, just in case. Yeah, you get a members-only live stream, exclusive community posts. So I'll be putting things on my community posts that are exclusive, free digital product resources from my store, and members-only design critiques. So you'll be getting a live stream for members only where me and you can chat personally on the live stream. And basically, it's basically like an inner community of the channel, and it helps me have that, if that makes sense. So, but don't fear if anyone's freaking out, don't freak out because I'll still be doing videos like normal. It's just for anyone who wants it. But I feel like I need to tell people, otherwise like YouTube aren't going to tell anyone. So it's mental. Hey, well, huge fan. How's it been a moderator? Is it hard? There you go, David Pruitt's using them. That's so sick. I'll be doing more icons. And as well, if you become a member, literally I'll let you create some icons. It'll be cool. I'll let you create some emojis and stuff. If you've got anything cool, just shove it up there. But we need more people to become members before we add any more emojis, apparently. So this is kind of like a strange A, but I do like doing them like this. And we've got the cells on the side, which I think always look pretty cool and old-fashioned. I have a little question for you. How long in general does it take to make a finished lettering piece on the iPad? It depends on how big it is and how much I like it. Hey, Risa, you can actually rewind my live stream if you want. So if you're thinking that you're sad because you're missing this, just rewind the live stream. It's all good. How did you find your own hand lettering styles? I didn't. Hand lettering styles, you don't intentionally make one. It all happens by accident. So I didn't find it. It found me in the weirdest way. If you just spend time at it, you'll get things that you like to do, and you'll take little bits of inspiration in here and there from other people, you know. It's that kind of thing. You just take inspiration from other people. Does everyone like the webcam setup? One here. I keep forgetting that you guys can see me. Crazy. One here and one up there. I'm liking this setup. I think it works really well. like one of the big complaints was that you guys couldn't see my hands on here. So right here, you can see everything. It's like the hub of everything. I know, but it's a bit more fun to watch it with everybody else. Yeah, that's true. But you can always rewind it later and see how it started. I'll show you the actual design in a sec. I'm really up close here, right? It looks weird right now. We need to change this one in the middle. But we're just getting the foundations in here. Just painting it in. You can see how rough I'm being because I like to just go over it with the eraser after. And the great thing about digital drawing is that you can use the same brush to erase so that it's got the exact same texture as you can to draw, which I think is insane. And also a little idea that I wanted to chuck at you guys for this next few weeks is that I've been inspired by a few streamers who just like literally stream all day. And like, I just thought, you know, sometimes I'm just sat down working and I'm doing, you know, lettering or logo design. And I don't want to be streaming like this where I'm just talking all the time and doing like, you know, an intentional stream. But I thought it might be a good idea just to have like a camera up at the corner of my office so you guys can watch what I'm doing throughout the day and just see what's going on. Or maybe even have it like this, but you know, I've got it muted and there's just nice music playing in the background and you can see what I'm doing. It might be cool just to give you guys a little insight because I've got these new video ideas coming at me today. But I'm looking to do more live streaming again like I used to. Let me know your thoughts on that idea. I think that would be a cool idea. It had me at hello. Thanks, Paul. I like the webcam setup. I feel a lot better now. I feel a lot better about streaming right now. Now that you can see everything. I got the other camera from Prime, like Amazon Prime on Prime Day or whatever. So it was like only £20, which is unheard of. This is another reason why I love Procreate. I don't have to use a ruler, but I can make sure everything is straight. Tapping like that and it'll keep everything straight. If you like creating in Procreate but want the file to be sharper vector, can you drag files into Affinity Illustrator? Of course you can. You basically save this as like a picture and it's in high DPI, so it's like 600 DPI, and you just put it into Illustrator or Affinity Designer on your iPad and vectorize it. Or you can just draw it all on Affinity Designer if you wanted to. It's up to you. This is why I'm so excited for the next iPad, because I feel like companies like Affinity Designer is going to work so much better. As technology increases, it allows us more freedom. So instead of having these big computers that we have to work on laptops, we can just do it off the iPad, you know. I missed the live stream, but you already knew that. Yeah, man. I know, David, you missed it. I need to do it more, but now I am. Like, I've got, like, this is actually in my house, like, not in the office. This is, like, my second office that I spend most of my time now. And that's just because it makes it easier. So, like, I'm going to be doing this more often. Any advice how you can profit off your graphics whilst helping a friend out? Oh, let me just see that again. It just fell off. While still helping out friends without seeming greedy, even though I charge practically nothing. Well, dude, you just have to be a bit harder on them of, like, you know, if you're giving a service like that, like, if people want your work, they have to pay for it, you know, they have to reciprocate the value. So if it's worth $100, you charge $100, you know? If it's going to make them money, then it's only fair on you to receive money. I'm not too sure how this is going to turn out, but you can see here I absolutely love this style. There's so much ornamentation you can do with this. And I'm being very liberal with this. Okay, I'm just gonna put someone in timeout for a second, because this is not my advice to you is to first stop doing work for free. Yeah, that's true. Working for free is like one of those things that, you know, it's annoying because you feel like you have to, but trust me, you don't. It never goes well for anyone working for free. Unless it's for like a company like Nike, okay? And if they are asking you to work for free, I'd be surprised, but I'm not going to pass up an opportunity to work for Nike. Just noticed something big that's wrong with this. Where is it? Oh, there. My brain just died for a sec. As well as that, if anyone knows, but like I think Procreate have updated their pencil brush and it feels a lot nicer, like the texture and everything, because as I go into the side with the pencil, it does this now instead of what it used to do. It's a lot more like transparent. But it feels a lot more like a pencil now rather than like a cheap brush. I really like it. Let's just colour that in and we can fix it later. Ba, 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 ba. That logo looks rich and pure, like me. Nice. I like your name as well, Genesis Designs. It's cool. So what do you guys think? I never actually looked at the comments of anyone saying if they like the idea of me streaming more during the week whilst I'm just working normally. Right now it's like 10 to 9 in the evening for me, so. Hey Will, did you get much more clients after you started your YouTube channel? Yeah, I did. It gives you credibility, you know, and it helps people, like it helps me show people what I'm capable of. Like I'm showing people how to do what I do, so people are like, oh, well, he knows what to do, so we'll hire him. That's what a lot of people think, you know. Paul Starr says the Procreate update is legit, bro. I love the feel of it and the functionality is nicer. Less thinking and more doing. Yeah, and I think Procreate are great for that. You know, the whole screen, I don't ever have to worry about anything in Procreate other than what I'm drawing, which I think is like insane. Yes, more streaming. Goat in a Christian context. Thank you, but my name's Goat. What? Yeah, Procreate's update has made it so cool. Because like now you've got the symmetry thing as well. I had it before. Like I was beta testing it and doing some work with them. And it was so cool. At first I was a bit skeptical because I was like, it seems like it's got this big delay. But then they added more like beta updates and it made it, you know, it just started to work a lot better. And now it's just like flying through the iPad, which it's just so smooth and it works so well. It's like when I got the iPad, like the iPad Pro, this one here, the newest one, it made everything super, super like smooth because of the 120 Hertz refresh rate, I think it's called. It just made everything super smooth. I was so ecstatic for it. It's way a bit too thick right there. I just realised something. I'm gonna have to change that T. That pencil looks like real pencil. Yeah, it does. Sorry, I'm having a hard time reading. I'm gonna lower the brightness on my screen. Hey, Will, I just want to say thanks for inspiring me every day. Oh, thank you for watching every day. You guys inspire me to do more. facts. I'm going to try the E like this. See what happens. We'll probably edit it later. I probably won't get this one finished during the whole live stream, but it's cool, isn't it? But example, bro, yeah, you've inspired me to create more complicated pieces. Yeah, it's not about being complicated. It's about having symmetry. Like, once you understand the basics of it, it's easy, you know? It gets easier, should I say. The hard part's the client work, you know? I'm using it, it's not like a sharp pencil that I'm using here either. I don't tend to use sharp pencils in Procreate. I like to be really intentionally rough and sketchy with it. People texting me. There we go. Hey, well, saw you were live. Just wanted to thank you for motivating me to get back to graphic design after a little bit of a break. No problem, dude. Thanks for getting back into it. Do people at your church often recognize you? A lot of people in my church don't know what I do. I live in a very small town. Have you inspired me to create more complicated... Oh, no, that's not a question. Do you do strategy for clients? I do. I know that delay is awful, isn't it? Sometimes it works pretty well, but sometimes the iPad has like a huge delay, like so. You can see that delay. It's crazy, right? I might have to add a delay to my camera. Because sometimes it works, sometimes it likes the delay. I think it's the refresh rate on the iPad. Or probably because I'm using USB 2. So the power probably won't be as good. How do you like working for other artists, making logos for artists in another industry? How do you like working for other artists? I don't mind it. I mean, they're never my nightmare client because a lot of them trust me. I think they trust me a bit too much. But again, a lot of people come to me, like designers and agencies and stuff will come to me because of what I teach them. So they come to someone who can teach them something because they have that element of trust, you know? They're normally my good clients, should I say. I have nightmare clients, but I'm always weeding them out. So I'm always making sure that, you know, there's always something I could do better or not work with them, you know. Any tips for people who are just starting with Procreate? Example, what to practice or what mistakes to avoid? Thank you. Just start using it, you know. That's all you have to do. Whereabouts in the UK do you live? I'm not going to say just because it's a bit weird for me to tell people where I live on stream. Love watching him work. But do you believe that having a degree is necessary in the day and age? Nope, you do not need a degree. And then I usually don't send them the file if they aren't willing to pay. Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's like a lot of things you can do if people decide not to pay you for whatever reason. So I'll show you what I was going to do with this, like the little effect that I was going to pull off. So I've got in my brush pack what are my brushes? That's not the brush that I wanted, is it? No, it is. Why is it so big right now? Probably this one that I wanted, yeah. So we find a nice size. I'm going to create some drop lines here. Just seeing if that works right there, because I'm trying to work out. Yeah, that probably works. So these are like just giving it the idea of like could be a shadow or something. How do you deal with backseat designers in the beginning of your career? I didn't. I told them to do one. But you need to determine if the ratio would be beneficial for you in the long run. Or it looks so much better. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. The design starts to pick up as you go along. This is the fun part. That's why I'm showing you this. I wouldn't normally do this part right now, but seeing as how we're here already, we might as well. So it does take a bit of concentration to know, but these drop lines can make a heck of a difference when you're working. Gives that a little cool look, right? And then we can do something in the middle as well to see what it looks like. What brush are you using? I'm using one of my, it's called Delight. It's on my website right now. So brush. Well, that brush sounds satisfying. Recently started charging $100 and I'm stressing the F out. Don't stress out, it's all good. If the higher you charge, the more like clients in that bracket you will find, if you know what I mean. So the more people you'll find in that pay bracket, more clients, should I say. And again, guys, just in case anyone's new to the channel, as you see, David Pruitt right there has got these weird icons. He's got the magic wand tool and the pen tool icon. If you want that and like a bunch of other perks, go and press that join button or click the link in the description to become a member. It's kind of like sponsoring or subscribing on Twitch. Apart from you get a bunch of perks and you can see them all, it's definitely worth it. It's something that I've wanted to have for ages and now it's up today. So get yourself on there. I'll give you a shout out and then we'll be doing some cool stuff, just so you know. Or you can super chat, or you don't have to, or you can just stick around. Visually, I think the horizontal part of the T needs to be thicker. Yeah, it does. I've messed it up. So it's because I deleted a part of it or erased part of it. So I ruined it. So there you go. I'll fix it when I get to it. Actually, no, I'm there now, so we might as well fix it, yeah. Kind of like that. And all we do is do this. Do the same here. I just remembered something too. We've got to have these in. Completely forgot to add these in. Like that. Hey Will, are all your brushes already downloaded, or is this some sort of plugin you have to get? All my brushes are ones that I've made or that are on the app already. I'm skipping a work meeting to watch this live stream. Me equal fired. Sick. Yeah, some of the actual emoticons are a bit strange right now. Don't worry, they're getting fixed. Is this live, homie? Yes, it is, Dan Massical. It's most definitely live. It's good to see you on the stream. And then we can do this. So drop lines are really a fun way of showing depth. And they don't take forever to do either. As you can see here, especially on Procreate, it takes a couple of seconds. And it makes such a difference. And we're going to make the words in the middle look good as well, just so I could show you something of like what it's going to be like. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this, and then once like we come back to live streaming, whether we do another live stream this week or next week, we'll finish this off as like a little thing. Looks a bit weird. Okay, so that's one of them. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this and just hide the first layer. And the reason why is because we're going to start erasing with the same brush, if I can find it. There we go. So we're going to try and match it up slightly like this, and we're going to erase certain parts in the middle of our work. So actually we'll just create a little dot, and you've seen this probably before on my Instagram. So I'm just creating a dot in the center. I'm creating these lines here but using the eraser. Take a few goes for me to get it the way I want it to. We just repeat the process. And it just adds a layer of whatever's going on, like inline ability, but keeping the word together so it's still legible. So that looks really cool, right? I like that. I shouldn't be saying that. I was calling my own design, right? It's a bit strange. This is Procreate Graphic Theory. Thank you so much, Jesus. The creepy narration. Got to go work on some sub badges. BBL. Mate, I love the creepy nation. I think I know your channel. I swear. I actually had to go to the meeting, but put the stream on silent. Still watching her yet. So I keep twizzling my beard, people. I've got this weird thing that I like to twizzle my mustache and beard. I need to cut it off. I need to shave it. Does this app have a good system to organise your brushes? Yeah, pretty decent. All these sections you create your own. It's all pretty nifty. That was a strange thing there. I didn't actually see my pressure sensitivity. That freaked me out for a sec. Can you guys actually see what I'm doing? My head getting in the way. I think my hat's getting in the way. So difficult to do it whilst you're streaming. I mean, this is actually the most comfortable I've been lettering, because you can see everything that I'm doing, even though the iPad's a bit skew-with. Neat. The vintage font reminds me to Flapjack. To Flapjack or off Flapjack. Hey, it's Dansky. No way. Hey, Dansky, what's going on? It's good to see you, dude. If you don't know who Dansky is, guys, you've got to go and subscribe to him. He's got so many cool tutorial videos of like a lot of Adobe stuff like XD and things of that nature. It's awesome. Jealous as I could see what you're doing. That's good. I'm glad you can see what I'm doing. Man. I do love live streaming though. It's a very refreshing experience compared to doing a video. Get that connection. Awesome. So that's that one, that line done. Very, very customized. We could do a lot more with it if we needed to. We need to change some of the tracking here with the this part here. It looks a bit naff, but I like it. I like the way that it's looking so far. The only thing that we could do is change that and also fix the rest of it. What I might do really quick is just work on this part where it says something. Work on the first letter at least, so we have like the idea in mind of what I wanted. It's kind of like the standard brush. Like this. Harry, love the streaming setup, by the way. Well, thank you so much, Dansky. Got a setup today. How long before you started freelancing did you start hand lettering? It was during when I was freelancing I started lettering. So like when I started, I like wanted to learn how to make letters because it was interesting to me. So I searched on Instagram and I saw a bunch of people doing it and I was like, I want to do that. So I decided I'm going to do that. So that's what I did. I did that. If that makes sense. Dansky, I'd love to be both yours and Will's channels. I love both of your channels. Oh, thank you. Yeah, me and Dansky have got some good content, right? I love Dansky's new setup as well. His setup's awesome. Me and Dansky had a chat once, like through Skype. That was a fun day. We'll have to do it again. We'll have to collab or something. We're both from the UK. I don't know why we do that. People in America, when they've got YouTube, like travel to different states. It's like us traveling to Europe for a collab video. So we should, yeah, I might have to come and see you, Dansky. And yeah, like there's so much competition out now for like UX and UI design. Not only that, like Affinity Designer is like pretty much, I think Adobe Photoshop's biggest competitor is Illustrator and Photoshop in one app that has no monthly payments. Obviously, it doesn't have like the same finesse or anything like that. A lot of people say it's faster, and I don't believe it because I've got it on mine and it doesn't seem faster. But I can understand why people use it. It's a good app. It's so cool having all these people here. It's weird at the same time as well, having everyone like just here watching. It's cool though. I like it a lot. It's getting dark now. Might need to like turn on some lights. My voice is killing me right now. Just going to send a text to someone. Oh wait, you guys can see. You guys will be able to see what I'm texting. Got to be careful about that. There we go. I like the look of this M actually. This brush lettering I like. I'm teaching myself Word hand lettering, Word art hand lettering, but what would you say is the difference between the two? Word art and hand lettering? I'm not too sure. I know, David, you travelled to like 10 hours in a car to come to a workshop. That's literally unheard of in the UK. You travelled like basically all the way from the bottom to the top of the UK to come and watch me. Like, well, not even to watch me, but like to take part in the workshop. I find that mind-blowing. Going to America was just the most mind-blowing experience. Like, it took longer for me and Naomi to fly from New York to San Francisco than it did from flying from Manchester to New York. I think that's amazing. Like, it freaks me out. It just gives you a sense of like, wow, America is big. I could make tattoos. I want to get a tattoo. It would be cool if I did make a tattoo, actually, and I could film it and stuff. I'll make a vlog out of it or something. I'm getting the funny text. So yeah, that's gonna like go. I think that's gonna look amazing as it goes along. I just need to figure out what I'm doing with this one, which I will be able to do. What I might do with this one is make it really three-dimensional. So it's like, if I can show you, so I could like, hello, bring all these to like one point, like in the background, make it like proper epic and 3D. I'd love to go back to America, and we are planning to. It's just difficult to work out timings and everything like that, because we want to do so much. What has been my favorite project to create? My favorite project is the ones that I'm working on now. Have I been to Latin America? I have not. What was your, what is this? How do you feel about Photoshop CC 2018 versus Photoshop CS6? CC 2018 is a lot better, I reckon. Sorry, I'm getting texted again. I've been trying Affinity Designer 2. It's a great tool, but it's hard to give up on Adobe. I'm sure Affinity is going to grow a lot though. Yeah, Affinity Designer is great. But again, it is hard for me to give it up as well. Like, I'll show you Affinity Designer on here. It's crazy stuff. Where's OBS? Okay. Where is it? Here it is. Let me show you what I've been working on. Like this itself, like all these things have been made in Affinity Designer, you know? So this is a project. So you see that letter in there? It's kind of like similar to what we're working on now. So it's not the same though, obviously. It's just, yeah, it's not the same. I thought it was the same for a sec. I was freaking out. But here I'm working with an actual vector points, which is crazy. Like these are actual vector points. That blows my mind. So you can actually do some pen tooling on here. And I mean, it works a bit different, but the gestures, I wish I could customize a little bit. Oops. And then, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that either. Oh dear. There we go. Something kind of like that. So it's still a bit difficult to, oh dear. Oh no, I'm messing this up. So it's a bit different to Photoshop or to Illustrator, but when you go into the Mac app, it's a lot better. So you've got all this, and this is all vector art on here. So I've drawn all this in Procreate, and then I put this in to Affinity Designer on my iPad. So it's like, it's all there. So this is all the vector artwork and everything. It's cool, right? Of course you can, David. There's a guy called Mike. Mike, I think a guy called Mike wanted me to just skip my question, I see. Oh, Mike, I'm so sorry. It's hard because I'm looking at the chat and doing this at the same time. How do you feel about Photoshop? I didn't skip your question. I answered your question, Mike. I said, like, Photoshop CC 2018 is obviously going to be better. Like, I don't think there's much of a difference, but there are some huge differences for depending on, like, if you're an illustrator, because it's got smoothing now and stuff like that. This might have been covered, but how did you get the text templates that you're using in Procreate? So it's already, let me see if I can find it. There we go. So my good friends, Stefan Koons and Ian Barnard made some grid builders. So you can create your own grids. It makes your life a lot easier, a lot easier. I'll be making some for my website as well at some point. But guys, I'm going to have to go in a minute. What the heck is going on here? What is that? This app still confuses me. No worries. See you soon, Malik. But yeah, like this is crazy. If you get used to using vector artwork on here, it's crazy. The amount of stuff that you could do is like literally mind blowing. Let me just move this thing. It's annoying me now. Events. Move that there. But guys, I'm going to have to go in a minute because I'm knackered. But I think I haven't done too bad for like my first live stream back in a while. Do I always work with iPad? No, I don't. I work with my sketchbook as well. I don't have any art, but tomorrow I'm going to be watching, or not watching, but making a video of my office, showing you what's here and why I've got everything in here. It's been great having you all in today. Also, just to let you know, we've got like a bunch of new things in the perks for being a member or a sponsor. If you want to sponsor or be a member, you get a bunch of perks. Check it out. It helps me out. Helps me do more of these live streams. But guys, either way, it's all good if you can. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe and I'll catch you in the next video. See you soon. And we'll finish this next live stream as well. Don't go anywhere, but I'll be finishing this next live stream, which I'll put an event out tomorrow so everyone knows when it's finished. All right? See you soon. Bye.